Welcome to another investigative documentary by For the Streets. Please be advised that this content is intended solely for educational and journalistic purposes. We firmly do not endorse or support any form of violence in any shape or form. Our video documentaries are created with the primary goals of providing education, insight, and artistic expression. Viewer discretion is advised. This is the untold story of Jonathan McMurry, a narrative overlooked by the media, yet one that deserves proper recounting. It's a tale that demands remembrance, one that cries out to be heard, a story that needs and is seeking for the justice it deserves. Late into the night on July 17, 2002, a somber event unfolded on the streets of Wood Green at the junction of Gladstone Avenue and Pelham Road. Jonathan, a resident of the area, became the unfortunate victim of a violent act. It was around 11 p.m. when tragedy struck. Jonathan was attacked, and despite the best efforts of medical personnel, he succumbed to his injuries during surgery on July 18, 2002. The fatal blow tragically struck Jonathan's vital organs, sealing his fate in an untimely manner. Despite the valiant efforts of medical professionals, his life slipped away, leaving behind a profound sense of loss and sorrow among those who knew him. Jonathan's evening had begun with jubilation, surrounded by family and friends, at the Wood Green Wetherspoon pub. The air was filled with laughter and camaraderie as they celebrated recent good news. However, as the night drew to a close and the pub began to empty, Jonathan, accompanied by his brother-in-law and a friend, embarked on the journey home down Gladstone Avenue in Wood Green. Little did they know, their path would intersect with tragedy. As Jonathan and his friends made their way down the quiet street, a chance encounter with two boys sitting on a nearby wall quickly escalated into confrontation. Jonathan, walking behind his brother-in-law and friend, found himself drawn into an argument with one of the boys, shattering the jovial atmosphere of the evening. Upon hearing the argument, Jonathan's brother-in-law turned back in an attempt to intervene and defuse the dispute. However, as the disagreement escalated, one of the attackers, believed to be acquainted with Jonathan, shouted a threat before darting into a nearby building. Moments later, Jonathan and his brother-in-law found themselves surrounded by a group of assailants who had emerged from the same building the instigator had fled into. Now, the thugs encircled both Jonathan and his brother-in-law, though their focus primarily honed in on Jonathan. Tensions flared as the altercation took a violent turn. In the chaos, Jonathan endured a sudden blow to the face, leaving him vulnerable and disoriented. His brother-in-law, reacting instinctively, sprang into action, chasing after one of the assailants in a bid to protect Jonathan. Amidst the unfolding chaos, tragedy struck with ruthless swiftness. In a horrifying twist, the main instigator pounced on Jonathan, rendering him immobile with the help of his accomplices. It's a chilling realization that while Jonathan was held in place, defenseless, another assailant delivered a fatal blow, sealing his fate in a single, devastating moment of violence. Amidst the chaos and horror, a glimmer of hope emerged as Jonathan's friend, witnessing the unfolding tragedy, sprang into action. With determination and urgency, he raced back to the pub, alerting others to the dire situation unfolding on Gladstone Avenue. Without hesitation, other civilians and pub-goers rallied together, their solidarity a beacon of light in the darkness of the night. With courage and determination, they rushed to the scene, confronting the assailants and intervening to protect Jonathan and his brother-in-law from further harm. In a display of unwavering loyalty, they managed to pry the assailants away from him, providing a moment of reprieve amidst the chaos. Their swift actions, though valiant, couldn't undo the irreversible damage inflicted upon Jonathan, but their presence served as a testament to the strength of the unwavering bond shared among them all to help the innocent men being attacked. In a bid for help, Jonathan's instincts kicked in as he lifted his shirt, revealing the harrowing truth of his plight to his close friend who was at the scene. With trembling hands but a heart heavy with bravery, he exposed the grievous wound inflicted upon him, a silent plea for assistance in the face of unimaginable pain. His actions spoke volumes, a final act of bravery and vulnerability as he sought solace in the presence of a trusted confidant. Yet even as he reached out for aid, the cruel grip of fate tightened its hold, and Jonathan's strength faltered. With a heavy heart and a gasp of anguish, he sadly collapsed to the ground. As Jonathan lay on the unforgiving floor, the weight of his injuries pressing heavily upon him, he uttered a chilling admission to his brother-in-law. With a tremor in his voice and a sense of dread creeping in, he confessed, "I can't feel my legs." In those haunting words lay the stark realization of the severity of his condition, sending a shiver down the spine of all who heard them. In the face of Jonathan's distressing revelation, his brother-in-law offered a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. With a reassuring tone and a steadying hand, he comforted Jonathan, urging him not to worry. "The ambulance is on its way," he assured him, their words a lifeline in the midst of despair. Though uncertainty loomed large, their unwavering resolve to persevere buoyed their spirits, offering a glimmer of hope in the face of adversity. With those solemn words hanging in the air, Jonathan's consciousness faded, slipping away into the depths of unconsciousness. The weight of his final utterance echoed in the silence, a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the fleeting nature of existence. In that fleeting moment, Jonathan's last words lingered as a poignant farewell, etching themselves into the memories of those who bore witness to his heartbreaking plight. In the wake of Jonathan's tragic murder, authorities made a series of arrests, apprehending between 8 to 14 individuals suspected of involvement in the crime. However, despite these efforts, the pursuit of justice proved elusive. To the dismay of Jonathan's loved ones and the community at large, none of those arrested faced formal charges in connection with his murder. The absence of accountability left a profound sense of injustice lingering, casting a shadow over the unresolved case and deepening the wounds of those left behind. Nearly 22 years have passed since Jonathan's untimely and sad passing, yet the spectre of his unresolved murder continues to haunt the Wood Green community. Despite a prevailing sense of certainty regarding the identity of the perpetrator, the wheels of justice have yet to turn in Jonathan's favor. The absence of formal charges and convictions serves as a stark reminder of the enduring pain and injustice endured by Jonathan's loved ones. As time marches on, the wounds of his loss remain raw, with the quest for closure and accountability forever eluding those who seek it most. In the untold stories of history, there are stories that ache to be heard, whispers of lives taken too soon. Jonathan McMurry's tale is one such narrative, a life stolen by violence, a story in which the media left shrouded in the shadows. A family member of Jonathan asked me to cover this news story, and I had the delicate task of commemorating Jonathan's memory in this documentary. It's painfully clear that his murder was overlooked nearly 22 years ago. Online archives offer scant traces of his story, mere echoes of the anguish that still reverberates within his family's hearts. Despite the passing years, the devastation of Jonathan's loss remains palpable for his loved ones. Time has not dulled their grief. Instead, it has deepened the wounds of their sorrow, leaving them yearning for closure that has yet to come. With each passing day, their hope for resolution burns brightly. They refuse to let Jonathan's memory fade into obscurity, campaigning with unwavering belief that Jonathan deserves to be remembered and also deserves justice. In this documentary, we join in their chorus of remembrance, amplifying their plea for justice to be served. Jonathan McMurry was more than a name. He was a son, a brother, a cherished member of his family. Their pain is our pain, their hope our hope. May this tribute stand as a testament to Jonathan's enduring spirit and the unwavering love of his family. Together, let us honor his memory and stand united in the pursuit of truth and justice.